Hi there, this is LT Survival. In bearings part 3, magnetic declination, we'll be able to see how do we fix our compass so we can go from maps to terrain without getting lost. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Well, I could go on and explain to you how to use the magnetic declination and how to calculate it in relation to the paper map you've got. But in today's day and age with the internet, there is a website from the government that will give you the magnetic declination, the mean magnetic declination that you can use for the territory you'll be going. So you can pre-adjust your compass without having to do all the calculation. Remember, we had the 3 norths on our maps, and we had degrees and everything. They had to explain how it varies and everything. So the magnetic declination, since it varies, it wobbles. So it goes back and forth towards the year, depending on the year of your map. That declination will not be as mathematical as the map will tend to lead you towards. There is 2 ways of measuring magnetic declination. If you have a 2 known obstacles, from one point A point to point B, and you can take the measure in between those 2, and you find the difference with your map, it's going to be your magnetic declination. So let's imagine you've got 2 towers that you can put in alignment. We call that a transit in navigation. Okay, we use that in maritime navigation a lot. 2 towers that are aligned. The angle to which they are aligned is maybe 15 degrees. Then you put your compass on it, and all of a sudden you read anything like 32 degrees. So you've got a differential of 17 degrees in between what you see and what you have on the map. It could be the reverse, okay? But bear with me, it's just to give you the example. So you can know what is the difference in between that direction and what you read on your map. So that way you know the difference in between both of those, or the number of degrees you'll have to apply to your compass. With the website, which I'm going to link somewhere here, you're going to see the website. Basically, it's going to give you the number of degrees that you should be applying. So you can ask for anywhere in Canada. And you'll have a mean declination, magnetic declination, to apply to your compass. Here in the region of Quebec, 17 degrees is pretty much what we need to set the compass to. And that's it. And once we do it every so often, the compass is set to work from, because we're setting it on the compass, on the back of the compass, is set to work all the time. So you have to review that every couple of years because it varies, but not in a very significant way. And bear with me, once we go to the overhead view and we look into the dial, you see the width of the division are pretty big. So that's going to be, there's a lot of error that we include into it, but not enough to offset our course on the terrain and lose our objective. It is really easy to compensate while you're on the field, and your walking is also, God, why? So it is really easy to offset the imprecision of the scale that you have on your compass on the field, because you're not moving in that perfect straight line anyway. So stay tuned. We'll be on the overhead, and I'll start explaining how do we go around and adjust that number of degree. Okay, remember that small diagram? That was the explanation here. Okay, I'm going to zoom in. Okay, that diagram is the three norths diagram for this map, with the annual change decreasing. So if it's decreasing, it's subtracting. Okay, but the declination is west, so that's important information to know. The declination is west and it is decreasing. Okay, for the center of this map, we basically apply it to the whole map, and that's fine. Unfortunately, this map is 30 some years old. It's 1981, so this map would be this declination would be so inaccurate, okay, that it is not worth keeping. Okay, if you want to use this map, because that's the only one we've got, it's better to get the declination from the website of the Canadian government, to which it's going to say about 17 degrees. Okay, so we're going to put away this map. I'm going to pull some contrasting background so you can see the line more accurately. Okay, let's zoom in. Okay, let's try to have some more lights on that. I'm going to bring the lights in. Okay, that's the good thing of having studio lights. Okay, this compass is really simple. As you see here, let's put a 60 degrees azimuth bearing on the compass. This compass is degrees, so it's the mathematic will be really easy to do compared to a Mills compass. Okay, if you have a Mills compass, the conversion is 17.7 mils per degree. So yeah, 17.7. If you go to the protractor here, the conversion is just there. Okay, so 1 mils, 10 mils for 10 minutes of angle for 3 minutes, 3 mils. Okay, and it gives you also measurements of angle that you can have for the width of something. Okay, if we concentrate on this compass has a bearing of 60. My pointer here, and the line is here. So if I want to walk 60 degrees on the field, I'll have to add, because the declination is towards the west. West is the best, east is the least. I would have to add to 60 another 17 degrees, which would bring us to 70 degree and 6, 7, thereabouts, to 77 degrees, and that would be our walking bearing, because on the field and on the map it's not the same bearing. Okay, obviously because of the differential in the three norths. That would be the way we would use this simple compass. Okay, this one, it would be difficult to add the 17 degrees because there is no pointers to say which is the degree here that is our line of walk. So we would have to guesstimate it on the map as we take the bearing. However, there is other method for taking the bearing. If you I'm going to try not to shine the lights into the camera. Okay, here. Oh, let's get a little closer. Okay, here. Yes, you see that screw there? That beautiful little screw here? That is your screw to move the tail of the arrow, okay, the navigation arrow, okay, into position to be onto the azimuth, the declination scale. If you look here, it's west. Here, it's east, and there's a reason. It's because we adjust the tail, which will bring the front part towards the west. So we have to invert our scale. Some of the compass like that have the screw on the back, and the scale is written to be read from the back. Okay, this one is made to be read overhead. Okay, so we have the screw here that we can adjust. And because we went to the website, we know it's 17 degrees. So to adjust it, we have to turn our scale to 17 degrees, which I've already done. Okay, I'm going to remove that from there so you can read it. Okay. Now, okay, so let's zoom into instead of trying to bring it up. Okay, as you can see, the clinometers is in the way too. That's to know the angle of the hill you're going up to. So this is our scale. This is our marker. It's on 0 actually. I put it there without even looking. So we've got a scale here: 20, 40, 60, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. Okay. And don't exceed those scales because you're going to break the mechanism. I've already had a couple of compass that were broken because cadets didn't realize that it was the tail they have to put in the scale, not the head. Older compass had the head with the adjustment, but that was too crowded to be very useful. So we're at 0. What we're going to do is turn towards 17, and 17 is that's 10. That means every single line is 2 degrees. So 15, 16, 17. No, sorry, 10. So that means 6 line and a half. And let's do it, and you'll see what I was telling you, that it is very difficult to adjust to precise numbers. So we've got 10. Yeah. Let's see the numbers. We've got 10, 12, 14, 16. Too much. So that's too much. That's 19. Here. Let me check it out. So basically, this is the position 17. Right smack in the middle of the 2 line, and the marker, is basically taking the whole space. So 17 it is. So this will permit us to work with the meridian there on the map, and this will permit this needle to make us walk that line that we draw on the map that we've seen in the previous episode. Okay, let me come back. As you can see, it's not rocket science how to take a bearing on a map and compensate also for the magnetic declination. The calculation that we used to do, we used to learn a very complicated set of calculation, because degrees are not a 100 base number. They are a 60 base system, like in hours. So calculating the number of degree was always a challenge to see the face of our 12-year-old cadet, where we tried to teach them that once you reach 60, you've got 1 degree, 60 minutes is 1 degree, and then 60 seconds is 1 minute. And they used their watch. I mean, they were at the time that they learned how to use a watch. And today's, if they can't read it off the cell phone, they have no clue what the hell is an hour. So so with having the declination given to us by the website, makes things way easier. It's more realistic. It's a skill that's been lost pretty much by cadets, but at least if they can figure out how to put it on the compass and then use the compass, we have achieved the way that they should be achieving. So it's fun to still teach how to put it on the compass and use the compass to walk in the field. And sometimes we surprise them because we can be very accurate, or we can have errors that we managed, so that way we don't have to look for something, because we know we're going to hit left, so we're going to turn right at the end and we find our objective. It's a one way of doing it. We'll talk about navigation a little more in the future when we try to give you an example how to take bearings in the field on the next episode. So thank you for watching. I hope you like this video. It's kind of difficult to technically to do it, so you can see the better view. So I appreciate if you have any comments, please leave them below and give it the thumbs up or the thumbs down if you didn't like it. Share and subscribe. We'll see you back in the next video.